Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Regional Industrialization Conference. We are really pleased to have you this morning. To the audience that is following us online, we appreciate you so much.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may not have been around yesterday, a lot of the voices that came from the participants were discussing the need for business to government, government to business, but also how do we create a more efficient and faster engagement of doing business.
It's an honor to participate in this important conference on enhancing advocacy for sustainable regional growth. Industrialization in the region continues to face structural constraints, particularly limited access to affordable financing. As the steward of Uganda's monetary policy and financial system stability, the Bank of Uganda plays a catalytic role in unlocking capital for industrial transformation.
The World Bank estimates that SMEs contribute up to 40% of GDP in emerging economies, a figure that raises when it includes informal businesses. And informality is really something we've been trying to work on across the group.
How would you say the East Africa Development Bank is addressing barriers to entry on this industrialization agenda?
Industry has a lead time before it begins to generate revenue. So at the East African Development Bank, because we are aware of this, we will work with the entrepreneur, we will work with the person who is putting up the industry to ensure that, for example, we grant a grace period. We provide advisory services by way of providing funding for project preparation.
What would you say are the sectors that are showing the most promise in this sustainable industrialization agenda in East Africa?
Agri-processing is the heartbeat of a lot of what we do. In our portfolio, it's 40 to 50% of the companies we supported. It is not as difficult to scale up apart from the financial picture. And look, the financial picture is not easy, but at least there are actors trying to support that.
Women need long-term financing. They need patient capital. And I think we need to think about the sectors where women are. But also women are very aggressive. You see that now we see women that are going into male-dominated sectors.
I am very cautious about this statement about insufficient government support. It's not because government doesn't want to support us, but the way we allocate resources sometimes leaves a lot to be desired.
If we are talking industrialization, the way to go is value chain.
What's the story about energy? What do we see in the world of energy in the face of industrialization?
I think the issue around energy on a global conversation is that every country that wants to grow economically in whatever form must be able to invest in energy infrastructure, must be able to invest in its energy generation, must be able to invest in its distribution, and must be able to invest in the smart grids or the intelligent technologies that can be able to support industrial development.
KCB Uganda issued 4.1 billion in green loans, supporting renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and eco-friendly infrastructure.
Every single one of us here, sometimes we think about sustainability as a corporate, undertaking, but each and every one of us can take those small strides, cautious decisions every single day to contribute to a greener, just and equitable world. Because we believe that if we all did a little, we would certainly do much.
The EPR fees that we are charging ourselves is for us to facilitate that process of making sure that we buy the waste, we recycle it, and we reuse it.
The reason we exist as insurers is to pay claims. And I mentioned the 870 billion, 72 billion monthly, and 2.5 billion every single day.
Uganda's industrialization story won't be written by any single player. It takes all of us working together with intent, innovation to power progress. And we say all this because at MTN, we believe that when we combine forces, together we are unstoppable.
I want to reaffirm to you all here that EABC is going to work closely with the government and partners and all the association of the East Africa to make sure the advocacy for the removal of the non-tariff barriers is taken by the government of the East Africa.
Therefore, I would like to announce on behalf of management and our board that this second regional industrialization conference marks the beginning of a series of many engagements that are going to support you business people and to help government so that we become one strong business entity.
So can the East African Business Council, PSFU and other similar organizations prioritize academia-industry partnerships? So let us address and let's have dialogue. Let us present our issues and see how can we move to the next level. I wish to declare this conference closed for God and my country.